Hey guys, it's Joe here with Deranged. So when you get a new rig, one of the first things to figure out is what you're going to carry with you and how you're going to carry it. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the tractor supply box that tends to fit perfectly in the back of the Honda Talon. I'm going to go through getting it set up so you'll be able to secure it into your machine easily and also make it semi-waterproof to protect your gear when you put it inside. I'll also do a couple little quick custom things just to make it look good as well. I'll show you some of the steps along the way and show you how to take it from this plain old box to this. Okay, before I get started, I'm going to be upfront and say this isn't the first time somebody put a tractor supply box in the back of a Honda Talon. It actually fits just about perfectly, and it almost looks like it was made for the dang thing. With that said, I'm going to show you exactly how to get it in there, but before I do, let's run through some of the parts that you'll need to get the job done. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is a cargo box from Tractor Supply Company. So this box is available at most Tractor Supply companies, so if you have one near you, you can go there to pick it up. You can also order it online, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. The next thing you're going to need is this rubber weather seal or weather stripping. I went with this rubber one from Home Depot. It was $10 or $8 for a 10-foot strip. You'll also need some D-rings. You'll need some latches as well. These are latches that you often find on a cooler. They should work perfect to hold the lid down well. Straight up stole that idea from Terry. So, and again, I'll link to his video below. You're also going to need various hardware. Stainless or galvanized should be fine. And then you're going to need some tie-down straps. I like these ones. At Walmart, they're called lashing straps. There's a couple different names for them. But I like these straps specifically just because they're easy in, easy out. I'm also going to add this little Talon deal here. I had made at my buddy's fab shop. I'm going to remove the Tractor Supply one, paint this sucker live valve orange, and then put it over the top of it just to spruce it up a little bit. So that's what you'll need to get the job done. I'm going to get started by drilling out these rivets and getting rid of this and the hardware right here as well, so we can get started on adding what we want to the box. Okay, as you can see, I got everything drilled out on the box. A little bit of scratching up right here, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be covered up by my plate that I made, so no big deal. As far as getting these off, I would start with a 1/4-inch bit. You should be able to get all of them done with the 1/4-inch bit. Some of them you may need to step up to a 3/8 on, but relatively simple. As you can see, this didn't exactly agree with being removed. I think Tractor Supply probably liked it that way, but the Talon logo is going to look a lot better. So with that said, I'm going to move the box to the back and show you what we're working with when we get back there. The next thing we need to do is decide where these D-rings are going to go to be able to tie into the machine. So I'm going to take the box, put it in the back of the machine, and get it marked, and then I'll come back and drill the holes and get these suckers attached. So let's head to the back of the machine. Okay, so here we are at the back of the machine. As you can see, we've got these 4 D-rings that are in the back of the rig here, and this is what we're going to use for our tie down points. So I'm going to get the box set in the back and see where we need to put those D-rings based on that. Brought my trusty Sharpie and one of the D-rings to mark a hole. Okay, I got my D-rings and my Sharpie, so I'm ready to go. I'm just going to mark the top hole on these, that way I can, adjust and make sure it's level when I get back to my desk. So I want to be straight above this D-ring here, so I'm going to put my D-ring back here right about there, and that will put me straight on. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my top hole here. Black box, black Sharpie, still good to go. I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. And then I'm going to take measurements from this one over when I get back over to the desk and make sure I do it at the same height as well. So again, I want to make sure I'm straight above this. Bingo. I'll match the height on that side. I'm going to go ahead and mark the ones on the sides as well. All right, that's it. Top holes are marked. I'm going to go take measurements and make sure everything is even Steven before I get to drilling. Okay, a couple days later, and we got all the D-rings on. They are nice and secure, nice and tight. So when we get those straps on there, hopefully they don't rattle around or anything else. So now that the D-rings are on, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the latches. I'll show you the style of latches that I went with. Multiple people have used these in the video, so nothing new here. I'm just gonna show you what they are. They're basically the latches that you use for a cooler. The reason I like them is they're rubber. They'll give you a nice tight fit onto the box. So I'm going to go ahead and get them secured onto the box, and we'll go from there. As far as hardware for the latches, they did come with hardware. They came with long machine screws like that and little nuts, and that's it. So I'll probably add some lock washers to that as well to make sure that it stays on. So rather than bore you with the screwing them in, screwing them out, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to flip on the time lapse, and we'll get the latches secured to the box. Okay, so now I've got the latches on. They are nice and snug. They pop on like that, just like a cooler would. You need to get them off, pop them down like that, and you're good to go. So a couple quick things real quick on this. So I had to run to Ace and get some more hardware because the hardware that the latches come with are not quite long enough to make it through the box and the piece on the front. So had to run to Ace and get some 2.5-inch hardware. With the 2.5-inch hardware, makes it a little long to clear this lip, so I went ahead and shaved the lip off right here where the bolt comes down. But other than that, it's good. This latch right here could be a little more straight, but it's close enough. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put the weather stripping on now around the lid to make sure that it stays nice and closed, nice and tight, and then we'll move on to a finishing touch, and then we're done. Okay, I have the seal on, so we're just about ready to put the final touches on. Just want to show you what it'll look like. So this is the seal that I got. Looks about like this on the end of it. Comes with the seal already. It's marine grade, so it's not going to get mold or any of that kind of crap on it. But it stuck to it real nice. Looks good all around. Should provide a real nice seal for it. So that's what the seal looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put the finishing touches on here. I'll show you what that looks like. I went ahead and had my buddy who has a fab shop cut this out for me real quick on the plasma table. Not perfect, but looks pretty good. Somebody had said that the Chevy engine block orange was the same color as the cage. I'll tell you this, it's not quite, but it's not too bad. It's not too far off. It's a little more red than it should be. So this is the Chevy engine block stuff from AutoZone, and like I said, it's a little bit too red. I'll show you how it compares to the cage. It actually looks better than it is in person right here. It looks pretty dang close in the camera, but in person it's a little more red, not quite orange enough. So either way though, that's what is going to go right here. So I'm going to get the holes drilled for that and get that set up and then get her thrown in the back of the Talon. Okay guys, that is it for the Talon storage box. It's the, again, it's the Tractor Supply box. I am really happy with the results. I feel like I got a nice big trunk for a reasonable price. It's not cheap. I'm not gonna say it's like a super budget project. The box is about 90, 95 bucks after tax. And then you're in it another 20, 25 with hardware. So you're looking at, you know, an hour and a half of work to get it put together, and then about 130 bucks or so all in. But either way, I think it turned out great, sealed nice and watertight. I'll probably put some sort of emblem right here or whatever. I'll have something made up at the fab shop for that. I really like how the Talon plate turned out. If enough of you guys ask me for it or whatever, maybe I'll put it for sale on our site. It looks great. I wouldn't call it perfect. It's not laser cut. Maybe we can get it laser cut. I don't know. But it does make the box look real cool, especially if you're not running a tailgate like myself. So again, really happy with the results. Really happy with the seal on it. It looks great. Got plenty of storage room in the box for all your stuff. So I'm excited to get stuff moved over into it. If you want to see what my loadout looks like, check Instagram. I'll do a story there rather than add to this, just so you can see what my loadout is. And to show you what I'm coming from, I've been trying out a couple different storage options. This is the one that I've had for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months now. And it is a quad bag, basically. That my buddy had lying around, and I like the idea of it. I just don't like the not waterproofness of it and the dirtiness of it, basically. So it's not really easy to keep clean, and it's not super waterproof. First time I used it, I ended up having some wet stuff in it. So that's what I'm coming from, and this is what I have gone to. Like I said, I'm super happy with the results. I think it looks great. And by the way, I mean, it does not move. So it's in there nice and tight. Make sure when you're installing these lash straps that you install it this way up and have the latch part down. So the part that you push down, that way you can pull up on them and get them nice and tight. If you do it the other way, it's harder to get them nice and tight. But anyway, so that is it for this one, guys. We have a ton of great content coming. The guys and I have some surprises with our machines coming up here pretty quick. We're excited to show that to you guys and provide you some more content related to our machine specifically. So look for some good Talon stuff coming up, some good comparison things, some good KRX and Sport XRC stuff coming up. The guys and I are excited for it. So you should see that coming in the next few weeks. A couple more things. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate those of you that have. We're grateful for the growth that we've had so far with the channel. We have a lot of fun doing this, putting together these videos like this, getting out and going riding. It really has been a lot of fun. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Also, drop a like. The likes really help YouTube see that people are watching our videos, and then they recommend them to other people. So super helpful for us. You can also look in the description for other ways to support us, like Patreon, or checking out our website as well. We have parts, accessories, and a couple other things for sale on our website, so check us out there. With that said, ride safe, pack out what you pack in, and we'll see you on the next one.